folks. I've been getting a lot of questions about my finger splints lately, so I just figured I would make a video talking about these and the exercises my OT currently has me doing. Also, I will acknowledge the fact that my hair looks terrible and I'm in my PJs. The reason I wear splints and the reason my physical therapist sent me to a hand therapist, they share an office, so the physical therapists just don't do anything from like the elbow below because they have hand therapists who are very specialized in this, and so they do it. But the reason is because my fingers, like, they bend the wrong way. Help if I take them off. So that one does it too. And I know you're not supposed to do this, but whatever, I'm showing you. And so when I use pencil, this is why I don't, even when I was a kid, I never used the correct pencil hold because this finger just bends the wrong way. That finger, not quite as much. It's weirdly not even doing it much right now. I know there are names for these different ones, but I always get them confused. The first fingers bend back so far. That happens with a lot of people, and even this, in like normal folks, it is meant to bend back a little, so it's not necessarily a big deal. However, like, if it hurts, it is a big deal, and mine definitely hurt. These are made out of something called Orficast, which my OT has in his office and made these for me. So Orficast is this weird material. It's kind of like a slightly waxed ace bandage, essentially, is what that feels like. What my OT does is he'll cut a strip of it like this and then put it in water that's about 160 degrees just for a few seconds, really, to get it nice and thoroughly soaked and thoroughly hot. And then he will fold it this way. And this will have to be done really quickly because as soon as it's pulled out of the water, it cools down really quickly, and that's not good for the molding. So he will do that while I'm sitting here with my fingers slightly bent, so about like that, and he will then wrap it very quickly around my fingers and then overlap it. You can kind of see, yeah, you can kind of see it right there, how it's overlapped. They are all, there's the end of that one. That one he barely got on in time. And you kind of press that part down a little bit, and then you just sit there for like a minute or a few and not move and let them dry. And then when they dry, they are like this. So you can pull it right off. Now there is some spring to it, but it's also like, here's a slight squish. See, it's not really squishing down much, a little. Squishes in a little. So I really dig them. They're temporary, really, especially at the speed I lose them at. But silver ring splints are really expensive. And my OT's office did recommend the oval 8 splints, but I've heard so many EDS people online complain that they really like tear their skin up. So I've not really had the money to try them because they are certainly way cheaper than silver ring splints or even the ones on Etsy. And there are some great deals on Etsy. So if you're not as utterly broke as I am, that is a place to check out. So I'll also say, now this is what, well, I'm not trying to be rude, but it is funny. So these two are the ones my OT originally made. So you can kind of see, he put it here, then wrapped it around here, back, up, and over. And so this was the main splint. Like, this is what he does when he uses this stuff. And it kind of works. What the OT normally does is make these for hyper flexible fingers. One reason I'm going to the OT is to learn, and the PT, is to learn what the normal range of motion is so I can stop hyperextending at least as much, and to strengthen the muscles and the ligaments. Can you strengthen the ligaments? I mean, you must be able to because I have exercises, but there's not muscles in here, are there? I don't know. Things are confusing. So my point He usually makes these. But I was saying, but these hurt. And so he's been doing this for like, what, 25, 30 years, I think. And so apparently I'm the first person who was like, no, I need more than that. And so he hooked me up. He's like, let's see what we can do. So he has made a few of these, and they're kind of different quality because probably this one was the first one he made, and then he's made a few for me since. So this is like the first one he made that has the dip and the pip ones covered, and so it's meant to stop me from hyperflexing too much. So, oh no. Okay, so this is my finger normally. Sorry for the weird lighting. Normally the lighting in here is really good, but it's like a really cloudy day, which is strange for at least my area of Colorado. So I have all kinds of weird lights and I'm just, yeah, whatever. There's a finger, this with version 1 put on, and you know, it gives me some support. It keeps me, and it's a good reminder too. Boop, boop. It is like, it sort of gives me some spring back. So it reminds me not to do it, not to hyperextend, that is. Same here. And then I put this one on. And yeah, see, it's much more straight. Like if I try, I can still hyperextend it a bit, but it's a good reminder not to try. I lost some, and so he made me some more, and then I found them. So now I've been putting them on this finger, but they're not really sized correctly, but it makes my hands feel more balanced. So I like having them on that finger. And one day I'll get proper ones that fit that finger too. So when I have all these on, I look like this. And everybody is like, what is on your hands? So I do wish they were either like less noticeable, kind of. I don't mind that they're noticeable, but the blue is kind of weird. Like, that's why I want the silver ones. They look cool. Or like even black ones just look like bondage fingers. So yeah, so here are my splints. When I am really splinted out properly, I'm gonna need some thumb things too, because like I heard some people call this a drop thumb, how it's like down here, when it seems like most people, like their resting spot for their thumb is more like up here or something. But mine are very droopy. And I've had some KT tape on my thumb before, kind of like pulling it back. And after a couple days of that, when I did take it off, it did kind of like stay up here more naturally. The KT tape is annoying. You have to put it on all the time. It's always, you know, rolling off. So I would really like a proper brace for that too. What I really want, I've seen it in some things, is I have a big problem with this joint. And I tend to like, when I'm getting up to support my knees, which are achy breaky, and this is what my GP called me out on before she sent me to the PT. I never knew that you weren't supposed to do this, or that it was weird for a 30-year-old to have to like like haul myself up. But when I get up, I tend to do this and really put my weight on it when these fingers are, you know, bending backwards like this, except with my full body weight on it. And so I do have like some pain in this joint, and I would like one of those that kind of come like out on this side that prevent you from really moving this back much. But I've also seen it this way, and I feel like that would help my hand pain some too. So I kind of want one that does that on both sides. So anyway, that is the current situation with my splints. I was going to keep talking about the exercises my OT has had me do, but this video got too long. So I will turn that into another video and leave this here. So thanks for watching.